Hello, and welcome. So we're going to grind up the 250 thou in gold today. And then we'll hop back over to 75 streams, holy shit. Then we'll hop back over to Ape Escape. We'll escape some apes. Keep sleeping through the morning streams. Well, if it makes you feel any better, the morning streams are probably going to be slowing down again. I'm back to teaching on Wednesday being my first day of class back, so. I'm sad I won't be at AGDQ as well. That's why being a college professor is so cushy. I'll let death live today. Because that's just the kind of nice guy I am, you know? Bob, I have such a hard time imagining you being a TA, but I bet you're a good one. Yo, Lillian, thanks so much for the raid. Hello, welcome everybody. So right now we are cleaning up achievements on Gauntlet Legends. What we have left really is most of the grindy ones. I need to finish collecting 250,000 gold, and once I've done that, then it's just raising all of the special characters to level 25, which level 25 shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, it'll mean It'll mean Wii, GameCube, and WiiWare. Gauntlet Dark Legacy was on PS2. It already has a set on the PS2 version, I learned. I wonder if the Dark Legacy version had this much grinding in its set. I haven't looked at it. I just need to get to 250 gold, which I think will take only maybe another 15 attempts on this level. Something like that, approximately. Yeah, all my stats are maxed. Well, I only had to max out one character here as well, but I also needed to get a ton of gold, all my stats maxed, and all the secret characters to level 25, so... Yo, the Thunderhammer. Y'all hear about this shit? You ever heard of the Thunderhammer? We'll get used to it, because you're going to hear a lot more about it today. Okay, so it's almost as bad as this set, but not quite. I'm not enjoying this set. It's just we're at a point now where I can either make the choice to not bother with mastering it, or I can do this grind. And I'd rather get the mastery. So it's worth it to me, but I don't think it's a good investment of time. Oh, very nice, Rejects. The gold's capped at 99. Well, damn. I'm a little jealous. Has some challenge achievements that seem neat. Nice. This set had a few challenge achievements, but nothing I would say I was terribly impressed by. Little, like, speedrun challenges that were very cool. Yeah, Death, how you like that? Death, where is thy sting? Oh, that's pretty cool. Sounds like it's just expecting you to like, either use all specials or just, like, walking around kicking. I guess either would maybe be better. That's kind of a cool achievement. I fired up PCSX2 today and started making code notes for, The Adventures of Cookie and Cream, so I can dev that set once I'm out of review hell with my current set. And I gotta find some of those things so I can make some cool challenges. I made a set for Virtual Hide that I'm waiting for them to review, but their backlog is pretty hefty. My guess is that the set will probably be available to the public within the next month to a month and a half. Which version has RAs? By default, I think the newest installations of PCSX2 have RetroAchievement integration. I could be mistaken, though. I set it up and it had RetroAchievement integration already. If you want to develop for RetroAchievements, you have to do a little bit of extra work to, like, get all of that stuff integrated in, but if you just want to play with achievements... I don't know. I mean, I'm a junior dev on the site. They don't tell me shit. But I've heard from people that Dolphin support is coming, and that full devs have already started claiming sets. So that's a pretty good sign that it's for sure happening and soon. My guess is, and this is purely a guess, totally a guess, that full developers have probably already claimed sets and are working on them now, so that when GameCube support gets fully announced and released with Dolphin, that there's already a few sets that people can play. It doesn't make sense to announce, we have RetroAchievement support, but it's going to take another 3 months for you to get to play a set, so... Yeah, I imagine all of the really popular stuff on GameCube, and a handful of things on Wii will probably get claimed and have sets. I would expect Sunshine is no question, Wind Waker, no question. A Twilight Princess, no question. Whoever drew the short straw will do Skyward Sword. I hate to be the sorry sap that ended up having to get Skyward Sword. It's like, hey, we have this cool new feature. Do you want to make a set for literally the worst game? Like, damn, just fire me if you really hate me that much. Well, Dolphin supports both GameCube and Wii, so I imagine it'll support both. I don't see any reason why it would be limited. Wii Sports achievements would be very cool. I actually could envision some very cool Wii Sports achievements. This might finally be the thing that that convinces me to get like a Bluetooth dongle so I can use an actual Wiimote for emulator stuff. Oh, you know what? You know what would be really fun for me is if they make it, if someone makes an Excite Truck set. I loved Excite Truck. I loved Excite Truck so much. And like a year or two ago, I decided to set up Excite Truck in Dolphin. I was like, I'm going to get back into Excite Truck. I'm going to play so much Excite Truck. I'm going to become an Excite Truck streamer. And I fired it up in Dolphin and I played it for like 20 minutes. I was like, man, I'm not having fun playing this now. There was something different. There was something different about playing it at the time. It was just fun in a different way. But I bet with achievements, my brain worms would make it fun again. I've never played Excitebots. Is that part of the same series? Excite Truck was just such a cool concept. Hey, it's a racing game, but if you play well and you're kind of smart, you can make the tracks change in cool ways. Like, I don't know. That scratched a cool itch for me. It was about the same time that I got really into Mario Kart Wii and I beat all of the staff ghosts in Mario Kart. Oh my god, we're gonna get Mario Kart Wii, aren't we? I'm gonna basically end up replaying every game I played in college, aren't I? Who did I main? I am not running this in turbo. I have 999 speed right now, so everything just looks like it's moving way faster than it should. I did not play Funky Kong. I played King Boo in my Dragula. Depending on how long this takes, because I imagine this could take a little while to hit the money cap. If this takes a while, then we won't, but if this feels like it goes pretty fast and I have some time to spare, I may go ahead and try leveling one of the secret characters to 25, just so I can get a sense of how long that's going to take. I'm excited for a Pikmin set. Pikmin 3 was Wii U, wasn't it? So it would just be Pikmin 1 and 2. That's still pretty dope, though. I love Pikmin. I will take absolutely any excuse to play more Pikmin. No questions asked. Oh, I forgot to dump stuff before I came back here? No, I just forgot to... Oh, I just have too many keys. Okay. What's going on? If I can get a bit more efficient at not killing any enemies and just heading straight to the exit, I can probably speed this up. Okay, I've got all the potions I need. I don't need any experience. GameCube gets Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4. Which console was the one that gave us Tony Hawk's Underground? When I think back to Tony Hawk's Underground, I feel like it's probably way more hokey than I remember it, but I also played a lot of it, so I look forward to checking it out again. Like, I have no real reason to want to do a Wind Waker replay, but with Retro Achievements, that gives me a compelling argument for why I might want to replay Wind Waker. And that's really exciting to me, because I like Wind Waker. I just don't really have any reason to play it. It's a fun game, but I don't want to just play Wind Waker. That's kind of how... That's how Retro Achievements has felt to me lately. It's like, one of the reasons why I used to speedrun so many games is because I had so many games from my childhood I wanted to revisit. I'm getting to do that again in another pass, because I'm playing through them in Retro Achievements, and I don't have to, like, stay on one game for a month in order to get a good time. I can just, like, play through some games I like. Hell yeah. Oh, you're gonna do the level 1 attack subset? Are you that much of a sick freak? I support it. I support it entirely. I want you to know that when I said sick freak, I meant that, like, complimentary. Gamer drink. Done. Now I've got water. How many hits does Thunderbird take at level 1 attack? A lot. My understanding is when it comes to Thunderbird, the challenge of level 1 attack is not how long are you going to be there, it's how long does it take for your jump spell to run out. Or not jump spell, shield spell. Sorry, it's been a while since I played Zelda 2. I forget which ones run out. I know jump doesn't time out. I think when you leave the room it resets. But I think shield does? I could just be misremembering. I remember watching people do level 1 stuff, and the real challenge was in some spell's timer, and I can't remember which. But now I'm second guessing myself, so I don't know, don't listen to me. I'm probably the least... I'm probably the person in this chat with the least Zelda 2 expertise. Did you know gaming? Monkey Ball Adventure game? I mean, Junkie Ball has a Retro Achievement set, which I've been meaning to play sometime, but I don't think that's what you're talking about. What game is this? Blast Core does have a set. Someone was just talking about it the other day. Oh, we're really close. Damn, we're powering through this, no problem. So what is Super Monkey Ball Adventure? It's a open world. What is this? Okay, I'm gonna look. I gotta look, sorry. Super Monkey Ball Adventure. The fuck is this? Okay, this game looks weird. This game looks like Sonic Adventure. Parentheses pejorative. I think the closest anyone will ever get to integrating retro achievements with consoles is with the Mister. I don't see it happening any other way, honestly. I just don't think it's reasonable to expect it to actually happen with proper hardware. So for those of you who missed it this morning, me and Sky did some of the, Kirby Superstar, cooperative achievement set. That was a lot of fun. You know a way to mod a nest to make it work with RetroAchievements, but it's kind of a lot of work. I mean, would it be a console, like... I think that's the problem, right? Is like, if someone went through all the work to get it implemented, you still... There's no reason to suspect that any individual person is going to be willing to go through the work necessary to take advantage of it, so... It'd be a lot of upfront work for probably no benefit. Well, Bob, you'll be happy to know that there's no good reason to suspect that I wouldn't go through all of the Kirby games that I have access to, because with the RetroAchievement style brainworms I've been having, and the fact I already kind of like Kirby games and just haven't really delved into them, I think it's reasonable to think that I'll probably end up going through all of them. Yeah, I mean, I understand that, but if you tell me that I can do RetroAchievements for NES games, all I have to do is do a mod to my NES, I'm probably just going to open an emulator. You know how much work opening an emulator takes? Way less. It takes way less work. Rejects that damageless, those damageless achievements on extra mode in Kirby's Dream Land, fucked up. As someone who has played a lot of Kirby's Dream Land in their life, I walked into that so headstrong, so confident in my skills. I was... What could that set possibly have to best me? Anyway, it kicked my ass a little bit. The, what's the name of the... Kabula? Yeah, the Kabula fight, she kicked my ass for like an hour. Kirby got hands. Kirby got mad hands. Damageless extra mode Kabula was so incredibly fucked up. Anyway, I think it's perfectly within the realm of what you're capable of doing. I'm just saying, you sound a lot like me, confident that there was nothing that that game could offer that was going to challenge me. And it turns out, yeah, there's some hard stuff. The Thunder Hammer. I have so much defense I can mostly just like ignore enemies, which is really funny to me. I'm just gonna stop attacking. It's not worth the time it takes to kill these enemies sometimes. I'm very grateful that RetroAchievements allows and I guess tacitly encourages turbo use. Because first off, there's a lot of achievements that are just bettered by having access to turbo, and mashing is also very stupid. There was one to divide on that? Really, Wes? Also, what's happening, Wes? How are you doing today? Hey, Gren. It's not surprising to me that weird video game nerds would be really snooty about turbo, but I'm kind of glad that somewhere along the line those people got shouted down, because the speedrun community still can't seem to get that under control. Well, from the sounds of it, a lot's already been done recently. I've really liked what I've seen so far with some of the way streaming integration has come in. If RetroAchievements publish their own alerts or integrated alerts into like Streamlabs or something, so I could make. I mean, really, I don't need alerts. I guess alerts is the wrong word, but the pop-ups that are in emulator, if there's some way I could take them out of the emulator and integrate them into the layout better, I guess that would be something. But that's so picky, because most emulators have really good pop-ups now, especially with the RA integration DLL. Every emulator that doesn't have it like baked in gets it baked in for free, so like, who cares? How do people do those achievements for... You mean like that thing that's up there? That's just a tool that I found on GitHub. Colossus Gaming's RetroAchievements Layout Managers, I think what it's called. It has a lot of stuff built into it, but I've mostly stripped it all out of my layout. I mean, you all saw what my layout looked like when I first did a few streams of RetroAchievements trying it out. I had a whole bunch of information that ultimately I don't think is very valuable, so I pared it down and basically just have the achievement grid up there. Especially because I'm using RetroArch, which has really nice quality pop-ups for... I think I only need one more run and then I'm done here. If I'm being honest, aside from discoverability, which is always a problem for streamers at all, I mean, I think that's one of the things that made SRL stand so much. So I think one of the things that made SRL stand out so much like 10 years ago, was that speedrunning was very hard to get. I mean, discoverability on Twitch is always a nightmare. And so SRL having a page where you could just go and see every speedrunner who's live right now, everyone who's speedrunning who's live right now shows up on this giant grid, was this like really symbiotic relationship. It made SRL more important because speedrunners wanted to use their discoverability tools, and then on top of that, it helped with discoverability for streamers as well. And I think if RetroAchievements does the same thing, I think that's really all that anyone can ask for. There's not a whole lot of extra tools that anyone needs. Yeah, I got shown a little mock-up of something that the web team is working on for a page showing streamers who are live doing RetroAchievements. And honestly, I think you do that, and not only is that going to encourage streamers to participate in RetroAchievements, but it's also going to encourage people who are doing RetroAchievements anyway to try streaming it. Like, it's just, it feeds back and forth both directions. Is that hard to do, though, integrating with the Twitch API? I didn't figure that would be a huge bottleneck, but, I mean, I've worked enough times with the Twitch API and stopped working with the Twitch API to know that... I take it back entirely. I've worked enough with the Twitch API to know that no one wants to. I can't tell you the number of times that I built tools myself in Python for my stream just for Twitch to change the API a week later, and I said, screw it, I'm not doing this anymore. I pressed A too many times. There we go. That grind is done. Alright. It's time to make a new character. I guess let's start with Tigress, since that's the class I've already been doing, essentially. I did, Wes. I submitted it, 2.5 weeks ago or so. The queue's pretty long right now. I'm so slow. Thanks for gifting that sub back, Grog. I really appreciate that. Shut your mouth, Sumner. Oh my god. Look. Get over there. Dragon Repairman, thank you so much for the Prime Gaming sub. Oh my god. Run. I enjoyed it. I made my first set as a Sega Saturn set, which, that's a... Sega Saturn is rough. And I already started doing some data mining for my next set that I'm gonna do, which is a PlayStation 2 set. Oh, right, I have to level up. I'm not gonna skip a whole bunch of generators. Wonder if I'm better off, like, actually grinding these? Like, staying back here and killing everything that comes out of them? Is that in my best interest? I don't know if this is in my best interest. I don't know if this is fast enough. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for the rumored dolphin support coming though. I know I won't get my first pick of sets because I'm still considered a junior dev, but I got some juicy stuff on the on dolphin that I really want to get my hands on. Oh, I'm absolutely going to be doing La Milana. I'm so stoked on doing La Milana WiiWare. What about that other level I used to grind levels with the 2 generators behind locked gates? When we unlock that level, we'll do that. But I'm playing with a new character, so I have to start from level 1. But that's only like the 3rd level, so once I unlock that, I'll just maybe grind some generators in fast forward. Oh, La Milana is my first pick, but I know that some other games that I care a lot about, I probably won't be the one to get my hands on them. I don't know who I heard it from. It could just be nonsense, but I heard someone say that someone already claimed Eternal Darkness. And I love that game so much. But you know what? If someone else claims it, that just means I don't have to do it. You know? Like it means I get to play it without having to do the work. It's such a double-edged sword because, like, developing a set is very fun and I want to be the one to do it, but also, if people take a whole bunch of games that I really like and do them and I don't get to, it means that the games I really like are going to have sets that I get to play. DOS hashing? There are a handful of DOS games. There's a handful of DOS games that I'd love to get my hands on as well. I got some DOS stuff that I'd be stoked about. Damn, playing an Author Blues DOS game. Oh, that means that we can make ZZT achievements! You just have to play ZZT in DOSBox. That's all. Yeah, she has. I guess I'll open this chest and get the health. My health is low enough right now that... Okay, fruit gives 50... Did you hear fruit gives 50 health? Is ZZT and DOSBox a bad thing? I mean, in 2024, it's definitely not the optimal way to play ZZT. I don't care about your obelisk of knowledge, my guy. Just let me out.
now entering Dagger.
Oh my god, it means that we get Mario's Time Machine Deluxe. Wait. Which one was the one? Mario's Time Machine Deluxe runs under Windows, not under DOS, right? I feel like Mario's Time Machine, I couldn't get the voices to work in DOS. I think the DOS version, I think the DOS version did not have the voice acting. You can use magic as a shield, everybody. I'm really stoked on how many consoles are getting retro achievement support so rapidly. It feels like it's a really awesome time to be involved. Yeah, I was trying to figure out, last time I played Mario's Time Machine Deluxe, I was trying to figure out how to get the deluxe version with all the voice lines to work under DOSBox, but it might just be a totally different version. I wasn't able to get it working, at least. I'm glad I convinced Sky to do it, because I had trying out retro achievements on my backlog for so long. And I told her about it, and she was like, oh, that sounds like a lot of fun, I'll try it out. And if I hadn't watched her doing it, and was like, oh, this is awesome, this is super cool, then I might have taken way longer to get into it.
Strengthens my power and weakens Scorn's hold on my
Summoner's a cop. A lot of people aren't brave enough to say it, but I'll say it again. Summoner's a cop. Oh god, man, Cyberbot, I'm really sorry to hear that. That sucks. I'm excited that you became a junior dev when Windmaster just got set to be got his account flagged for junior dev status today, which is pretty exciting. What game are you working on, Windmaster? Oh, nice. I'm vaguely familiar with that game. Okay, sir? Sir? The first Monkey Island game does run on DOS, yes. But Monkey Island 1 is already on Retro Achievements in the Sega CD version. Is that version bad? I've never actually played the Sega CD version. Perhaps that's an indictment on its own, but... all the colors are off? Well, you get a bunch of EGA versus VGA versus CGA nerds into a room, and everyone will agree that the colors are off no matter what version you pick. Gotcha. Why did I didn't mean to touch that door. I didn't mean to touch that door. That door tricked me? Level 7, man. Can't wait for the fast forward on the next level. Those are cop robes. I don't make the rules. I'm just telling you, those are cop robes he's got on.
You are now entering the Cliffs of Desolation.
Well, that's not a place I want to be, if I'm being honest. I think I owe it to myself never to go to a place called the Cliffs of Desolation. I've seen RA tools. I was gonna play with it, but everyone claimed that it has feature parity with just the built-in RetroAchievements tools, so it seemed like it was... I wasn't convinced it was a worthwhile layer of abstraction. But I might check it out sometime. That makes sense. Yeah, you know what? That's a compelling argument. That's compelling. Hello, gentlemen. This box will run out of boys eventually. Don't even sweat it. Hello? Can the boy box please spawn more boys? Get out of here. I don't know whether or not it's that it has a limit, like it has a countdown before it stops producing guys until you shoot it again, or if it's like on a long enough timeline it eventually bugs out in some way. But the boy boxes eventually do stop producing boys for some reason. I don't know why. Yo. Fab, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome everybody. We're here playing a little bit of Gauntlet Legends. We're just doing a little bit of the grindy achievements at the end. So you've joined us at the right time if what you want to see is me murder 1,000 similar looking guys. So the only achievements we have left in this game, we've done everything else. The only achievements we have left in this game is there are some secret characters, some hidden classes, and we have to get each of them to level 25. It's a little bit grindy. I don't love it, but 25 is doable. 25 is the sort of thing that you could do in like half an hour, maybe a little more. See, and this boy room has filled up again. So see, this is perfect. This works perfectly for me. Look how many boys we have now. But yeah, I'm Author Blues. I've been doing a lot of retro achievements lately. I've also been developing some retro achievements, so that's been fun. I've got a growing list of games I plan to develop sets for once I'm given the go-ahead. You didn't know about Kurokurin? Well, I'm glad that I got to introduce someone new to Kurokurin. That game is fantastic. See, and now this boy box is full. This is the perfect grind spot. They say the perfect grind spot doesn't exist, but then I have to introduce you to this boy box with the neighboring boy box right next to it. Cheesy way? Well, the achievement that I'm trying to do, this isn't a boss right now. The achievement I'm trying to complete right now is I need to raise each of the secret characters to level 25. And like, sure, I could just play the game like normal, but I'd have to get pretty far to get to level 25. And in fact, if I were to just play straight through, I probably would really struggle with the dragon boss. So, like, even if I tried to, like, not be cheesy about it, it would still be a very difficult achievement to get in a reasonable amount of time. And so this is just me grinding out some of these, generators. Yeah, we're just gonna grind one character. We're not gonna grind multiple characters. Right now, what I'm trying to figure out is about how long does it take to grind a character to 25. Which, I mean, I'm already at 14 and I just started this 30 minutes ago or so. I did break one of the boy boxes, but it's okay. Boy boxes are meant to be broken, you know? That's what they're there for. That is what they say, Cybergirl. That's a common saying where I'm from. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna beat this level and then we're gonna get a brand new boy box. Not cool, man. Real bad attitude problem on that one. Wake up! What console am I playing on? On the Nintendo 64. My favorite Nintendo console. That's not true. My second... That's not true either. Among my favorite Nintendo consoles. Nice try, cop. I'm not answering that question.
Limited invulnerability.
That's my favorite, is when someone posts to the subreddit for the university I teach at, and someone's like, "Where can I get weed in this town?" And the answer's always, "Nice try, cop." No. No, I live in the southeast. Southeast US, sorry. It ain't never gonna happen here unless it's federal law. I think it's extremely reasonable to think that I could get level 25 in under an hour on each character. This doesn't seem too bad. I'm not saying that I should have to do an achievement that takes an hour just to grind characters I don't care about up to level 25, but I'm just saying I can do it. It's possible. One could. And I am one. I respect achievements for getting all the way to 99. I respect achievements for maxing out all my stats. In the grand scheme of things, it's actually not that hard to do. It just feels like a little bit of a slap in the face to ask me to grind out 5 more characters to level 25. Because you know that if I've grinded 1 to 99, and let's say graciously, I'm gonna be gracious for a moment. Let's say graciously that one of the characters that I grinded to level 99 was one of the ones I needed to grind to 25. That's possible. Even if I had, that's still 4 more characters that I gotta grind that I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about those characters. I don't know those characters. They're nobodies. They're nobodies to me. But it's fine. It's fine. Let me go grab the other obelisk.
You are now entering the Valley of Fire.
They could have definitely asked me to grind all of them to level 99, in which case we probably wouldn't be doing this set. I'll be honest with you, it would have taken one read of that for me to say, no, I'm good. Grinding everyone to 99 would have taken at least 8 hours per character, probably. Look at the size of these lads. These boys have so much muscles. What's the stat soft cap? What do you mean by that? If you just leveled up a character to 99, you would not max out your stats. You have to explicitly buy the stats in the store to max out your stats. Where growth stops equaling time investment? I think it's pretty early. I think when your stats get to about 500, it stops really being worthwhile investing and raising them any higher. With maybe the exception of strength, because strength just scales damage output. But like, speed above 500, I mean, it's all just too fast to manage. There's no real difference. Defense, I guess, scales up as well. I don't know. Versus time investment's difficult, because it's actually not all that costly to invest in stats. Like once you've gotten high enough level, as you raise in levels, some of these levels get more things in them. So like this one gets more stuff in it. Doing one run of this level gets you enough money to be able to buy like 50 stat points in any stat of your choosing. So like I feel like at most any time it is still worth the time investment to grind stats up. With the exception of magic and speed, I think that strength and defense are pretty much always worth it all the way to the top. Did it make it easier for you to understand that? Do you now feel like your grasp on integral calculus makes more sense? What level is this character? 19. We just have to get her to 25. And we haven't been at it for very long. At this point, we've been at it for close to 40 minutes. Oh, it won't take 2 hours per character. It'll take probably about an hour per character. So I'm looking at after this session, because once we get this character to 25, we're moving on to Ape Escape for the night. It's looking like about 4 hours to complete the set from that point. I mentioned this the other day. We were talking about it on stream about how like some sets go too far. And I think really what it comes down to is just like when you're trying to develop a set, like if you're a dev and you claim a game and you're trying to make a set for it, it feels boring to just make an achievement for beating every level, and so you're trying to find new stuff. And some of the easiest stuff to add is just like max out this thing, or do this damageless, or do this fast. Like those are just like really low-hanging fruit, easy to set up, makes total sense, everyone's gonna understand it. I mean, I get it. I've made the virtual highlight set that's in review right now, and I put some damageless stuff in there. I put some challenges in there, and it's all like low-hanging fruit. Like it makes sense to do so. Are all the hidden characters demi-humans? Tigress, Falconess, Minotaur, Anubis, Yeah. And then there's Sumner, who's half cop. So yeah, all demi-humans.
You are now entering the cliffs of desolation.
What I'm trying to get at is I think there's a lot of sets that would benefit from pulling back a little bit on some of those things, but I understand how they got there. I'm sympathetic to the challenge of making an interesting set. It's not like you have the full game to just add any feature you want to. You're often just poking at memory addresses. And, like, what are you going to do with some of those memory addresses? It's, like, not obvious how you're going to turn all of those into compelling achievements. It turned out to be harder than I expected. Sumner's hidden stage is in the final world. You just have to find the hidden stage to unlock him like everyone else.
You are now entering the cliffs of desolation.
I do not think the Kirby set needed collecting all of the enemy cards. I think it's worse because of the enemy cards. I do not think that WarioWare was made worse for the grid. It was a humbling experience making the virtual highlight set and realizing that, you know, tacking anything on top of a retro game where these memory addresses, these RAM addresses don't owe you anything. They're just locations in memory where data's stored. You don't know shit about what those data locations are meant for. And they're not necessarily going to work to your benefit. It was humbling. I think humbling is the word I'm looking for here. It is a challenge, and I have a lot of respect for how many great sets there are on RetroAchievements. I'm gonna go back and get all the Kirby cards, but I'm gonna do so under protest. Hey, who put this guy in the boy box? You're not a boy. Get out of here. No giant golems allowed in the boy boxes. I do the coding No, so RetroAchievements is, newbie. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, everyone. We're just getting one achievement tonight, for Gauntlet. We're just leveling the Tigress to level 25, and then we're gonna move on to some Ape Escape, which people have been enjoying. No, so RetroAchievements is a community, that has a bunch of people who have made sets already for games. So like this one in particular already had one. I'm talking about, you know, not every game has one, so if you want to see a game have a set, one thing you can do is you can make them. You can join the community and you can make sets. And I did that with one game, and it's challenging. It's hard work. How much experience do I need for level 25? Does anyone happen to know that number offhand? I imagine the answer's no. No one knows that number offhand, but I've been impressed by people just spouting out a number before when I ask a dumb question. So it's 5,700. Okay, then we're not too far away, right? That boy box there just jams so easily. Look at this one. I'd like some more boys, please. So there is a feature on RetroAchievements site for making a set request. It doesn't really do anything. Like, to my knowledge, there's no, like, system where if you make a request, it'll get done. But, you know, I think if people are looking for sets to make, if they know that there's a whole bunch of people who want it, it makes it more attractive. Yeah, for sure. There's some pretty complex logic. So the logic is simple, but it does have enough features to do some interesting things. You can do basic arithmetic on data. You can do comparisons on data. You can check for what that data was on a previous frame or what the last change set it to in order to make decisions. I mean, that makes sense, Gray, but I think for most people, you don't make a... I don't think most people are out here making sets because they're like, I want a whole bunch of people to play it. I think for most people it's a labor of love. Like, the games that I chose that I wanted to work on weren't ones I necessarily expect are going to be very popular, but they're games that, like, they matter to me and I'd like for them to have retro achievement sets. But it would probably not feel good if you spent a lot of time working on a set and no one ever played it, so yeah, you're kind of half right. Nice, Senebozu. I've been telling people, if you feel like you can do the memory digging necessary, making achievement sets is not really that hard. The actual logic of writing achievements, it's not rocket science. How you doing today, Loon? Alright, FTI. Yeah, we're close. Just 2 more levels, and then that's another Chivo in the books, baby! The boys are back in town. I went through RetroAchievements page one day. I was just sitting watching TV and I was just like flipping through hubs and stuff. And I added every game I could find that I thought, oh, this would be cool to play, to my want to play list. If you have an account on RetroAchievements, you can just like press a button and add it to my want to play list. And the nice thing is that when you go to your want to play list, you can separate the list between games that have sets and games that don't have sets. So it makes for a handy list of games I'm interested in making sets for eventually. PS2 is a lot trickier, typically. So PS2 is a lot harder because the memory complexity goes up, right? I can just abort level, none of this matters. Yeah, I went back down in level, but it doesn't matter because I don't actually care about keeping it. I got the achievement.